Wow, wow, wow. The main event is looming round the corner. But before that, we have Brad Pickett and Antanas. But we're going to go for a short break. We'll see you afterwards. We are live at the Troxy, and it's getting really exciting. The last two fights, OJ. Hold me down.
Oh, calm down, Dave. It is, of course, Cage Rage 28 VIP. That's why we're dressed up like this. And of the next fights, I suppose wherever you're watching this, whether it be somewhere in the UK, maybe you're abroad in Spain, wherever you are in the world, one thing you need to know is we're in East London, and this is Pickett territory, isn't it?
Oh, Pickett territory, but you know what? Fighting hurts.
It does indeed. Before we talk about the Pickett fight, just to let you know, there is a fantastic new series starring on Nuts TV. Yes, October the 1st. Check your eyes out for it. It's going to be great.
And you know what? These guys went through hell. 16 hopefuls are going to battle it out in a cage to find one champion, one winner. One psycho.
One psycho, yeah. That is the 1st of October. Make sure you keep your eyes on Nuts TV, which is on Freeview and Sky. Now, the Pickett fight.
But let's get back to the one, the only, from East London. Brad Pickett versus Antanas Jazbutis.
Hello, my name is Antanas Jazbutis. I'm 26 old mixed martial arts fighter from Lithuania, and tonight I'm fighting with Brad Pickett. Everybody knows who is Brad Pickett, nobody knows me, so tonight it's time to know me.
Hi, my name's Brad One Punch Pickett. I'm here from East London. This is my hometown. I'm here to entertain you. And Antanas, this fight for you is a dream come true. But believe me, you're not waking up from this dream.
Antanas Jazbutis versus Brad One Punch Pickett. Jazbutis, he has fought all over the world. He has fought in Japan. He has submitted some of the best Shooto fighters in Japan, so his groundwork is class. It is A1. Brad Pickett, on the other hand, one punch because he has got that one punch knockout. He will want to keep it standing. If it goes to the ground, Jazbutis. If it keeps on his feet, our homeboy Brad Pickett will go for the knockout.
Now, you do have commentators taking you through the night, and it's always nice to put a face to the voice, isn't it, Dave?
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes. Who's our commentator? Let's have a look at him. Rob just... Oh, no, Malcolm Martin putting his thumbs up there.
There you go, Rob, just for John Nutley on the end. At the other end of the hat, and Chris Cordiero.
Oh, all the way from the USA.
One thing quite amusingly earlier on, I was stood behind him. You know the last fight, when Liam Radios had his face? He was holding a bit of white paper up, trying to deflect the bits of blood away from him, which I thought was beautiful. Anyway, should we get on with the fight?
Let's get on to Ian the Machine Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is in the featherweight cage rage category. So please welcome the first fighter to enter the cage from Lithuania, Antanas Jazbutis.
So here we go, Cage Rage VIP and an international bout with one of our favourite fighters, and tonight he's against a Lithuanian, Antanas Jazbutis. And Rob, Chris and I were saying earlier, and you agreed, Eastern European fighters, they're tough cookies. Could be a tough night for Brad tonight.
It certainly will be. I mean, this guy is coming into the cage a very, very strong, tough competitor. And it's strange because both these guys have a common denominator, and that would be Hideo Takoro, fantastic Japanese fighter. And Antanas actually has a victory over Hideo Takoro, whereas Brad took a loss to Hideo Takoro. So they do have a common denominator between them, but it'll be interesting to see just how this fight pans out.
And Chris, the Eastern Bloc, as we mentioned earlier, a hotbed of MMA at the moment.
Yeah, tough. A lot of top-level international fighters come out of the Eastern Bloc. They've had a history of being very athletic in all kinds of competitive things, like the Olympics. Just really, really strong country for wrestling. Good country for judo and sambos too. They've got a lot of experience in grappling, so it really translates over. And they've done very well in boxing too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second fighter to enter the cage is from East London. Please welcome Brad One Punch Pickett.
Well, you can hear the reception here. He's almost part of the fixtures at Cage Rage. Brad One Punch Pickett. And again, one of those fighters, the reason he's such a fixture, all action, all entertainment. Rob, I know, big friend of yours, but he really does bring everything every time he fights.
That's right, gives it 100%. He's guaranteed one thing when this man walks into the cage, it's an exciting fight.
And we've got Chaz and Dave, we've got the paper, we've got the hat. Chris, a real Cage Rage stalwart and such an exciting fighter, and in a resurgence at the moment, looking good in his last Cage Rage performances.
Oh, in his last few fights, he's been brilliant. Fairly well, completely dominated his opponents in his last two showings. He's got excellent power in his hands, great grappling ability, strong takedowns right now. He's really looking to be at the next level of recognition, I think, right now.
And Rob, he must have been looking at that Lee Remedios-Robbie Olivier fight and thinking, I've got to be back there soon.
I would imagine so. I would imagine he was getting prepared backstage, but would have been keeping one ear on the action here in the cage.
Well, right now he's going to be looking at his Lithuanian opponent, trying to solve that riddle tonight.
Antanas Jazbutis. And as he said, a common denominator opponent, so Brad will not be taking this lightly. As we saw from his pre-fight interview, he's deadly serious for this one, Rob.
Certainly is. Both fighters coming in fantastic condition.
Yeah, in the last year, Brad's conditioning has been superb. He's really, I've noticed physically, there's more muscle on him as well, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the fighter in the blue corner. He weighed in at 64.5 kilograms. He has a mixed martial arts record of 7 wins with 4 losses. He trains out of Team G-Max and Trojan Free Fighters, and he's fighting out of Lithuania. Let's hear it for Antanas Jazbutis. And his opponent in the red corner, weighing in at 65.8 kilograms. He has a mixed martial arts record of 14 wins with 4 losses. He trains out of Team Titan and fighting out of East London. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Brad One Punch Pickett. Your referee for this contest is Mr. Grant Waterman.
Okay guys, 3-5. Any questions for me on the rules? Protect yourselves at all times. This is my words of command at all times. And if I tell you to stop, you stop. Touch gloves, get ready for war. Right back. Right back, Antanas. Here we go then. You ready? You ready? That's fine.
So guys, we've had one great featherweight encounter, and I think we're in for another here. 2 great matches in a row.
Well, I haven't been to a boring Brad Pickett fight yet.
No, that's true. He, as we said, he always brings it to the table, but against a guy with a big reputation as well. So this has all the potential to be an absolute firecracker, Rob.
Certainly does, and quite surprisingly, Brad opens up with a couple of good leg kicks to the inside fire of Antanas. Both guys just moving around, trying to find their range.
As it looks to me like Jazbutis, the Lithuanian fighter, is looking to draw Brad on to counter, but a good body shot from Brad takes one back from Jazbutis. And Chris, it does seem that way to me, that he's trying to draw Brad in so that he can counter the man.
I think there's a little bit of a feeling out process right now. I mean, it's the beginning of round number 1. I don't think Jazbutis knows too much about Brad. I think he wants to feel out what he's got and then probably work around that in the either later half of the round or during the last few rounds of the fight.
Yes, we all know about Brad's boxing skill, but Chris hit on it earlier, Rob. He's really now a rounded fighter, isn't he?
He is very well rounded. Spent time with the ATT, American top team, working on his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu. Came back a new fighter. And now, of course,